స్వాగతం. ఇంట్లో భోజనాల బల్లలు వంటి వాటిని ఒక చోట నుంచి మరొక చోటుకు దించే ముందు వాటి కాళ్లకు మేజోళ్లు తొడగండి. నేలపై గీతలు పడకుండా ఉంటాయి. కొత్త ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ వస్తువులు కొన్నప్పుడు వాటితో పాటు ఇచ్చే సిలికాన్ బ్యాగులన్నిటినీ ఒక సాక్స్లో వేసి దాన్ని కిటికీ దగ్గర వేలాడదీసి చూడండి. వర్షాకాలంలో ఇంట్లోని తేమని పీల్చుకుని గదిని పొడిగా ఉంచుతాయి. మరిన్ని ఆసక్తికర విషయాలు తెలుసుకునే ముందు సక్సెస్ స్టోరీ చూద్దాం.
Hello everyone, Navya leppatlage latest and trendy ga ranotuna collection chusedaniki ee roju manam vachesamo designer Anavila Misra gar దగ్గరికి. మరి ఆ విశేషాలు ఏంటో ఒకసారి చూసేద్దామా? Hello ma'am.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Nice to see you again. All well.
Thank you. Same here. Firstly, I would like to know that what is your secret success mantra?
I think keep working, keep innovating, go close to your craft and get involved with it. And when you give it 100%, it gives you back 100%. I think that's what it is, hard work.
Wow, sweet and simple, okay. So, we all know as a designer, but what is Anavila Misra's personality?
I think I'm a very homely person who likes to be at home with my kid and my husband and, spend time at home and do things around and travel, of course. So, I don't know which compartment I sit in, but I think I'm a little bit of everything.
Okay. Yeah. That's really nice. So, when did you get into interest to get on work with the linen fabric?
It was around 2009, 2010, and that's when I started working into development of the sari. In 2011 is when the product was ready.
Oh. Yeah. We have heard that you wanted to break this code saying that we have to be perfect in a sari. So,
because when I started before I started my brand, and I was working with a cluster and I was moving around in villages and looking at the various artisans and village women, wearing their sari and being 100% comforted and moving around, doing so many things. As living in cities, we feel that sari is not a comfortable garment. We can't move around when we do sari. Oh, I can only go to a party when I'm wearing a sari. I think that whole thing, got disrupted in my mind when I looked at these women who are doing much more work than we do in cities and wearing sari with comfort. That's when I decided that that's what I want to do for the contemporary market as well.
When did you launch your first collection?
When we showcased at the Fashion Week. So the Fashion Week first collection was Secret Life of the Forest.
Okay.
So that collection, my artisans were with me when we were working on the ramp collection.
Okay.
And we were talking about their experiences. So they come to city, they work with me on a workshop, and I said, so what do you do when you're at home? So for their cooking, they used to, they're in Jharkhand, they used to go across the forest to collect wood.
Yeah.
And that's what they used, fire to cook their food. So I said, how is it? So we go through a forest, and sometimes there's a butterfly, sometimes there's a dragonfly, then there are these flowers, there's mahua, there's this. So when they were telling me their whole journey, that's the everyday journey through the forest, which, then you find little hidden things. Then I dedicated that collection to them, and then I called it Secret Life of the Forest. And it was mostly working towards things they come across, or animals or birds or flowers they come across when they are, in their journey.
Yeah. We know you have a kid also. So how are you with him? Like,
we are friends. He's now 12 years old, and 2006 is when my son was born, and 2011 is when I launched my brand. Before that, all my work through my clusters, traveling and working with the weavers, he's always been a part of that journey. So it's, I feel that I have two kids. One is my son and the other one is my brand. And they understand each other very well.
Okay.
So, and he's been a part of this whole, journey with me.
Okay, when does the Anavila have been launched?
As I told you, 2011 is when I made my first linen sari, and 2014 is when we did the first show, a ramp show. That's the time, yes.
Most of the people will think that linen is not a perfect fabric to wear for the heavy parties and all. So what kind of suggestion you would like to give to those kind of people?
See, if you see this collection here, we've put, so there's the warp is linen, but we've put zari in the weft. And we've embellished it in a way that you can carry it forward in a evening or in an occasion also. or you know, you wear a heavy blouse which has a little bit of print, a little bit of embellishment. It's how you put it together.
Yeah.
And it's comfortable. So you know, I have a lot of, in fact today there's a customer of ours who post, you know, kind of tagged us in a post on her Instagram, and she's worn a sari to her wedding.
Oh, wow.
Her own wedding.
Her own wedding.
Yes, yes.
Wow. So you have recently launched the 2019 spring summer collection. So what is the response of that?
Quite well. Quite well. So we've been in Hyderabad. This is the first time the customer here is seeing it, and we've had a very good response since morning. Yes. So this collection, you know, what spring summer 2019 is mostly inspired by Vietnam. There's a region called Sapa, and what inspired me about that region was that mostly, you know, most of the clothes that they wear is created by their own self, whether it is the cotton which they grow in their fields, or the dye indigo which they use on the garment, or you know, the kind of embellishments they do. Everything to the making of the cloth is done by the women themselves, and their garments look beautiful. So just observing them, you know, and taking inspiration from how they put their collections together is how we've done that. So if you see, this is and for this collection we've used a lot of natural dyes. So this, for example, this sari, the yellow sari, is a naturally turmeric dyed. If you see, this blue garment is indigo dyed, and it's, you know, this thing which you see on it is a brush stroke. So it's done by hand by a block printer who's brush stroke the resist, and then we've dyed it in the indigo dye to make it, you know, like this. So every piece is curated by hand and with a lot of detail.
We would like to know that when you have launched the first collection of yours, so what was your expectations, and does that expectations have been reached or not?
I had done that without any expectation. I was not, you know, I was working from home. I had a small child to look after, and I created something. So I just wanted to, you know, put it in front in the market, and the response has been overwhelming. I've created a brand out of it, so it's beyond my expectations, and now it forces me, it inspires me to kind of work on an everyday basis and take it somewhere else, because there's so many artisans now attached with us.
So you have worked with many of the celebrities. You have worked with Konkana, you have worked with the Sonali, Sonam Kapoor. So what kind of things you have learned with working with them?
Not only celebrities, we talk about celebrities so often because, you know, they present a perfect picture, and you know, they're mostly in our eyes and we look at them, you know, but they're even our regular customers, you know, everybody is looking for something new. You know, when your wardrobe, you look for something new, something fresh, something which is inspired, something which, you know, kind of strikes a chord, has a story behind it. People are putting effort to put it together. I think that's what you know, everybody is looking for, whether it's a celebrity or it's a customer.
Some of them will be having a clarity like, we just want this for this perfect wedding or something occasion. So what kind of suggestion you would like to give for the customers, those who doesn't have any knowledge?
See, when they come, see, it depends on the customer's personality, what they want, how they want to appear, what is, you know, their liking, what color suits them. It depends. When you're with the customer, then you can decide, and we do that. We really help them with making the informed good choice. All the saris are hand woven, and the details also which are done on the saris are done by hand. For example, this sari, if you see, these are hand block printed saris. So it's hand woven, and then, you know, it's a handmade block which has been used to put this design on the sari. So this blouse, this again is a hand block printed fabric which has been layered. So this is a slip inside, and it's a loose blouse which can be worn as a top or as a blouse on the sari. As you were talking about wearing in the evening, so what we've done, the warp is linen, but we've put zari in it. So it looks like a dressy sari which you can wear for a wedding, you can wear for an evening, an occasion wear, depending on the blouse you team it up with.
The one which you're wearing is also very
is also a block printed sari.
Okay, that's really cool. Thank you so very much, Anavila Misra garu, for sharing so many things with us and showing your beautiful collection to us.
Thank you so much for your time. Thanks a lot.
చూసారుగా సక్సెస్ స్టోరీ. ఇక బూట్ల పాలిష్ చేసుకోవడానికి ఉపయోగపడే స్పాంజ్ లేదా బ్రష్ కనపడటం లేదా? పాత మేజోలను ఉపయోగించి చూడండి, బూట్లు తలతల్లాడతాయి. అద్దాల అల్మారాలు, తలుపులు తొడవడానికి సబ్బు నీటిలో ముంచిన సాక్స్ వాడొచ్చు. పింగాణి వస్తువులు శుభ్రం చేయడానికి ఇవి చక్కగా ఉపయోగపడతాయి. సో ఎస్, చూసారు కదా, ఇది ఇవాల్టి నవతరానికి నాంది నవ్య. మరో కార్యక్రమంలో మళ్ళీ కలుద్దాం. నమస్తే.
ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని www.youtube.com/vanitha TV ఛానల్లో చూడండి.